It is day number 34 of the ongoing continuous government shutdown on the brink of being the longest in U.S. history, but some movement in terms of SNAP benefits as the Trump administration said on Monday that it will partially fund those SNAP benefits for so many millions of Americans after rulings by judges in Massachusetts and Rhode Island.
What do they mean by partially? 20%, 30%, 50%, 70%? Partially. What do that mean?
You can see from the Associated Press saying the Trump administration says SNAP will be partially funded by the judge's ruling required the food aid program to continue as the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which oversees this supplemental nutrition assistance program, had planned to freeze payments starting November 1 because it said it could no longer keep funding it during the shutdown. The program serves 1 in 8 Americans, major piece of the nation's staple.
That's crazy. I did not realize food stamps serve between 1 to 8. That's crazy.
Social safety net. Let's be joined right now, Jeff Mulvihill from the Associated Press, covering this very closely. Thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. What does this mean exactly, and how soon could people be seeing that money on their EBT cards?
I think everybody's figuring out exactly what it means, Andy. The ruling just came down today. The plan is for the federal government to provide some guidance for states later today on how to calculate the benefits, which will be around half of what they normally are. In the court.
Okay, they say you guys will get half of what you normally get. So if you get 300, you'll get 175. If you get 100, you get 50. If you get 50, you'll get 25. But what if you get 25? 12.50? What can you do for 12.50? I guess you'll buy you a meal. But guys, make sure you go to the food banks.
Filing, the Fed said that it could take weeks or even months to load up the cards because of the system changes and the calculations that states would have to make.
Wow, weeks or months. OMG. Wow.
We're still trying to figure that out, and see what states say. California told us it'd probably take them about a week from the time the money is available.
Okay, sound a little better. California said about a week. Okay, we can deal with a week, right? Go to the food bank, guys. Please go.
Certainly, it means that people who rely on the program will have to look for ways to stretch their food money further. We've already seen surges of demand at food banks. We're seeing states increase their contribution to food banks. A few states have tried to find ways to load up SNAP cards on them.
But this is crazy. I can't believe our government will let us go hungry. It's already bad enough the people that's suffering that can't get food stamps. But they letting everybody go hungry now. Wow. But we supposed to love the United States of America. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a very good point, and it is partially funded. Is that in part, at least potentially, because the shutdown could continue beyond even November?
No, the partial funding is because both judges said that the federal government had to use one specific pot of money to fund the programs. The folks who sued, most Democratic states and some cities and nonprofits. So there's some other pots of money that could also be used for this purpose. But the federal government said that it needs to make sure it has access to that money in case it needs it down the line.
And you mentioned that some states are trying to figure it out themselves, funding it in different ways, asking for donations of the kind. And of course, they said they didn't expect the federal government to reimburse them for trying to piecemeal some of these things together to feed people in their states. That is still accurate, correct? States won't be reimbursed for whatever they did to try to fund these SNAP benefits.
Okay, guys, I think that's enough. I just wanted to come in here and let you guys hear this. I don't know. Sad. It's really sad. The government our president would let us go hungry. It's sad. It's already bad enough people are going hungry. And now to add another, what they say? 40-something more million. That's crazy. That just shows you Donald Trump do not care about us. And for you guys out there that think he cares, wow, y'all need to do something. I don't know. That's just what I think. I'm just doing my little 2 cents. Bye, guys.